I'm Chloe. I'm a social worker here at La Trobe Counselling Services. How are you?
Good. How are you, Chloe?
I'm good. It's lovely to meet you. I see that you've self-referred. Have you ever seen a social worker before?
No, I haven't, Chloe.
Okay, perfect. So would it be helpful for you if I kind of explain my role and what I do here and what the session will look like? Would that be helpful for you?
Yes, it would be.
Perfect. So a social worker is basically someone who's here to have a chat to you about things that if you're ever worried about something or if you want to talk about what's going on for you. I'm just here to listen and be here to support you in any way I can. And we have 15 minutes today, so we have 15 minutes. And anything that you tell me will be confidential, so it stays in these four walls unless you propose this to yourself or someone else. And we'll always have a chat about what that would look like, or and so you'll always be informed of risk and everything like that. With saying that, tell me a little bit why you're here, Alex.
I'm studying at the moment and I'm feeling a bit lonely. I've got family that live in regional Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very connected to them, but at the moment I'm so far away from them because I'm actually living on campus.
Mm-hmm. So you're feeling isolated from your family?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you studying?
I'm studying law, my first year of law.
Okay, yeah, and so it's hard to be away from your family and studying.
Yeah, it's really, really hard at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also having to do lots of other things to just like keep myself busy. So
What are you doing to keep yourself busy?
well, I've got a part-time job, so I'm doing that at the moment just to keep money coming in. But yeah,
What are you working as?
I'm doing a waitress job. Yeah.
And how many hours are you working?
Basically like 20, just to keep enough money so I can feed myself. And
Okay, and are you coping with the uni workload and studying and work as well?
uni workload is like getting a bit tough because it is law and law is hard. And yet, and just trying to work and stuff, I can get a bit tough sometimes, especially when it comes to assessment time.
So, when you say tough, what does that mean? What does that look like for you?
It's just like sometimes it's such a struggle to get things done, and then I have to go to work when I'm in the middle of doing something. But if I don't work, I can't support myself.
Sounds like there's lots of things that are overwhelming. Did you want to maybe tell me a little bit more about that?
It just makes me frustrated, and sometimes I just get lost in myself, and I don't know what to do, and I miss my family so much.
So you're frustrated that you can't see them?
Yes, because it's so far. Like to go 4 hours up and back in a day just to see them, it's just too hard. It's too far.
So it sounds like your family is really important to you. Do you have any support networks here, like friends? Or?
No, all my family lives in regional Victoria.
Okay. And no friends? No.
I have a couple of friends, but I'm more connected to my family.
Okay. And are you able to connect with them in different ways?
Oh, we do video calls and things like that, but it's not the same as having them there with you all the time.
So are your family supportive of you?
Oh, they're very supportive. My mum is the best.
She's the best. What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, she's just awesome. Like, she's always there for me. When I ring her and I have my little cries, she's always there with the encouraging words. You know, she's just so supportive of me. I love her so much. Sometimes Dad can be a pain in the ass.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Oh, he's just sometimes just on the phone. Hurry up and get your law degree. Hurry up and get your law degree. Like, it's something that's so easy to do, but it's not.
You're feeling a lot of pressure from him?
I feel pressure from Dad, but not Mum. Mum is just the best.
Okay, so she sounds like she's a really important part of your life, very supportive.
Oh, yeah, she's like so supportive. Like, I wouldn't probably be here if it wasn't for my mum trying to guide me in that direction.
And your dad is putting a lot of pressure on you.
Oh, he is supportive, but he just puts the pressure on to get this law degree done.
Okay. And when you say done, is he wanting you to complete it a little bit faster than what you'd like?
Yeah, but I don't think he quite understands that, you know, it takes time and it's not an overnight thing. You know, I'm here for the next 5 years. But yes, I'm here for the next 5 years. He needs to understand that that's going to take time to get this law degree.
And when you say he needs to understand, have you had a conversation with him about that?
Oh, I've tried. You know what all the parents are like. They just, you know, all they want to do is succeed. So it's a little bit hard sometimes just to deal with that.
Are you not being hurt by that?
Well, I'm the first in my family to do anything like this, so I think it's just more him. Yeah, I don't feel he hears me sometimes, but you know.
That would be really challenging.
Sometimes it's challenging, yeah.
And so you're the first one to do this. Are you feeling any stress about that?
I feel like I have to succeed, because if I don't, you know, that sets a bad example for my brothers and sisters.
So you're feeling a lot of pressure internally.
I wouldn't say. I would say pressure internally, but it's more like, yeah, it's just it is a lot.
It's a lot. And was there a time when you didn't feel academic pressure? Is this something that you've always felt, or is it?
I think I felt academic pressure from long ago when I've known mum and dad wanted me to do law, and you know, I wanted to do law too, but there's also other things that I wanted to do.
Okay, what do you mean by that? You wanted to do law?
Well, I wanted to do law, but I also wanted to do art.
Okay, and what made you make that decision?
Well, basically, you know, being in a family that's so big and so connected that you usually go with family pressures. So I decided to do law because that's what mum and dad wanted me to do. I'm still interested in art.
Okay, and you'd like to pursue art, but your family wanted you to go down the law path.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you say that you wanted to pursue art and your family maybe weren't supportive, how did that feel?
Well, it kind of feels like, you know, they thought art wasn't good enough. That's why I had to go down the law track.
You weren't good enough.
Well, it's just that art wasn't a career for somebody. So, you know, Dad just says to me all the time, my paintings aren't going to make you money.
And is that something that makes you happy, painting?
Yeah, sometimes I do that to just, you know, keep my mind off things. But, you know, like I don't find a lot of time to do that at the moment with my law degree.
So it sounds like you've got lots of things overwhelming you. Is art what you do for fun? Is that?
Yeah, I would say it would be something I do for fun. It's something I really, really enjoy.
But it's not something you're able to do at the moment.
No. Not something that I can do through a degree. It's something that I do for myself on my own.
And have you found time to do art recently?
Not recently, not with all the stress of this uni degree and this and working and things like that. And plus, I'm like I told you again, I would like to be around my family.
And when you say you'd like to be around your family, have you had those conversations with them and maybe had a chat with them about coming to see you more? Or?
Yeah, we've had talks about it, but that gets expensive too.
Yeah, of course, and that would be really challenging on you as well.
It is.
And so, you're feeling like you're kind of alone in this as well.
Yeah, and I've kind of come from a big family. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
Oh wow, you have a lot of siblings. What are their names?
Oh well, Jesus. They're all got different names. They're very, very technical names, some of them, because like we come from a family that we use weird names. But yeah, but there is a lot of us.
Okay, yeah. And are you close to any of your siblings?
Very close to my youngest brother.
And do they live close or far? Or?
They go to uni, but they go to uni another hour away from here.
Okay. And your other siblings aren't in uni?
No, they're all in school.
Okay,
I'm the first to start this degree.
Okay, yeah. And so you're close to them, you're not able to see them. You have friends as well. And yeah, so you're able to do that. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
So
some of my friends, they do the same course as me, so sometimes we can do our homework together.
Okay, yeah, and are you enjoying that?
Sometimes it is, but sometimes they don't think on the same level as me.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes they think that, you know, something I think is right, they think is wrong. So sometimes we just don't agree, so sometimes I find it easier to work by myself.
Do you want to maybe tell me a time where that's happened before?
Well, the other day we were doing an assignment and it was a debate on a situation and I didn't agree with them and they got upset with me. So I decided that I need to do my work on my own and then they didn't like that.
Okay, so you work better by yourself?
I find I work better by myself.
Okay, and when you had a bit of a disagreement with your friends, have you been able to resolve that? Or
It's in the air, but it's not resolved.
And are you feeling a little bit of stress about that?
It's just annoying because like we were friends and then just over one small little thing, it's turned into something big.
It sounds really frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Okay, and when you tried to resolve that, they didn't want to resolve that?
No, and then the lecturer got involved and they were starting to stereotype and...
Stereotype? What did you mean by that?
Well, they looked at my background and I think they just think that, you know, I think differently because they're not the same as me.
That would be a really terrible experience. When they tried to stereotype, how did that go down? What happened?
Well, they just basically said that I was in the wrong and I didn't like what they were saying.
That sounds like it was a really terrible experience.
It was a terrible experience because I just feel like I wasn't being heard.
And being heard is really important to you.
Well, my background is important to me, so being heard is important to me, and if my view is not the same as yours, then that's not my fault.
Okay. And when your lecturer said that to you, what happened after that?
Oh, yeah, and I cried.
And when you cried, you were very upset with that interaction. Did you have a conversation with the lecturer about that?
I haven't had that yet.
Okay. I am conscious of time, so I just maybe wanted to go through what you would like for these sessions and how I can support you. What would you like to leave with this session today?
I would just like to I want to feel a little bit more connected to my family, and I don't know how to do that being so far away. And I also was looking at some sort of other support for myself, because working is only making me enough money for food, but I'd like to make some friends and go out.
So connection to your family was really important, and making friends was important to you as well. And so when you want those two things, how do you think you would like those things to happen in session?
I want to make some friends with people that understand me, that are from my own background.
Okay.
Might make me feel a little bit less isolated being here, because I do feel a little bit isolated.
Okay, so you're feeling like maybe you're isolated from your culture. So maybe exploring your culture. What culture are you?
Macedonian.
You're Macedonian, okay. And you'd like to connect with other Macedonian
Well,
people?
that would be nice, because at least they maybe think a little bit different, like the same way as I think.
Sharing a sense of community is important.
Yes, it is. Because at the moment, all the people in my class are all Chinese people, and they're all Australian people, and they just don't, they think different to the way I think.
So having like-minded people are really important to you.
Yes.
Okay, and so you'd like that, you'd like to maybe connect with other people, so maybe thinking about joining clubs or anything like that?
I don't really know where to go with all that stuff.
Okay, so would it be helpful in our future sessions that we sat there and had a conversation about what we could do to maybe support you, and I can help guide you through that? Would that be helpful for you?
That would be helpful. At least I can know where to go, and I might be able to make some friends.
And when you say connected, what would you like to do when you say connected to your family?
I just want to know how to be on my own and not miss them so much.
So you want to learn how to be more independent?
Yeah, let's say independent, but I just, like I said, I just miss them so much.
So you
And this is the first time I've ever been away from home, so.
Okay, so it's your first time, so you're probably feeling like homesick a lot.
Oh, that's the word, homesick.
Homesick.
Thank
exactly.
you.
No,
I'm trying to think of a word to use, but yeah, homesick
No.
works. Yes, I am homesick. I miss Mum's cooking, I miss Mum cleaning my room, and I miss everything about that. I miss my brothers and sisters yelling and screaming in the hallway. So yes, homesick is the word to use.
And what do you miss about that? Do you miss that sense?
I just miss the hustle and bustle. Even though when I was there I hated it, I just miss it now. I miss that noise every time I'm trying to do something. It's just not there anymore.
And there's lots of silence, is that correct?
Silence is, it's like deafening.
What does silence feel like for you?
It makes me feel lonely, and that's when I feel the isolation, and that's when I feel like I'm totally here by myself, which is I am, but I just feel that isolation.
And feeling silence for you, is this the first time you've ever felt silence?
Well, coming
before?
from a massive family, I don't know I don't know how to feel when they're sitting in that situation.
Okay, perfect. So you're wanting to work on your sense of community and belonging with your friends. You'd like to maybe explore how to be more confident in being comfortable with the silence. And is there anything else that you might want to?
No, I think that's a lot of things I'd like to look at. Like I said, I'd like to look at a little bit of assistance with, living. So I live here on campus, and it's costing, and it's
So I'm hearing financial pressure might be something that you want to explore as well.
Yes, I'd like to explore that too.
And the cost of living on campus is expensive. Is that correct?
Yeah, at the moment it is. Everything seems to be getting more expensive every day.
Yes, it is, with the cost of living crisis. So you'd like to explore maybe some assistance, and how about reducing your workload? Is that something you might want to explore in the future with the assistance? Or?
I don't want to explore that, because I don't want to disappoint my family. I want to finish this and hopefully move on to something that I want to do.
Of course. So you want to move on to something you want to do, so being the lawyer at the end of the day is something that you wanted to do?
I want to be a lawyer, but I also want to do art.
Okay, yes.
I want to do an art class.
Okay, so I'm hearing that art is really important to you, so maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, you might want to have a conversation with your family about maybe starting art, or would you like to just take the class?
I just want to take an art class.
Okay, so would you maybe want to explore maybe doing art as an elective? Is that something that would be helpful?
Oh, can I do that?
I'm pretty sure you can. I think that maybe we can have a conversation, have a look at the guide together, and we can kind of go through the recommendations and see if we're able to add that. Would that be helpful for you?
Oh, that would be super helpful.
That would be helpful. And so we are nearing the end of the session, so I just want to make sure that I touched on exactly everything that you needed. So, and I got everything correct, so feel free to jump in if I haven't gotten anything correct. So what you'd like from this session is to make sure that we're getting a sense of community, and we try to find clubs where you fit in with your own culture, so some Macedonian clubs, or maybe try to find somewhere where you're feeling like you've got your culture and your community. You'd like to explore your independence, and you'd like to look at some financial assistance as well, so looking at that and how that would look like. Is that everything that you're feeling comfortable? Is there anything else that you would like me to
And my
know?
art class.
And your art class as well. I'm so sorry.
That's
I
okay.
completely blanked. So you'd like to explore your art class as
I'd
well?
love to explore the art class.
So with that in mind, if you would like to, we could always book some future sessions. We could book and then work on those things together. If you'd like to go on that journey with me together, it is completely okay if you don't want to book it in session right now. But if you'd like to work with me, I'd love to work and help guide you through that, if that's all good with you.
Perfect.
Perfect, no problem. Well, if you'd like to read a book, we can do that outside.
Awesome. Thank you.